G'day, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be doing a basic room tour. A few people have asked, show us around the room and so on. So yeah, I'll grab the camera and we'll head around and check everything out. A lot of stuff is still pretty dusty from when I did these edges of the shelves and stuff. It is what it is. I didn't really go around and polish everything. I probably should. Yeah, alright, we'll get into it. I figured before we start we could go back and have a look how the room started, way back in 2010. So I had a computer in there and I had my cheap wooden shelves with most of my cars pretty much stacked on top of each other. And as you can see, the room was a spare room, so it was like a dumping ground for random stuff that didn't fit anywhere else in the house. So one day I thought I'll get tidy and sort it out. Started with some shelves there on one wall just inside the door. So we got a few kits up there and a few cars. And then we needed some cabinets down the bottom. So the girlfriend built those. Did a fantastic job, of course. There they are. And this was in about 2012, I think. So there's some more cars that didn't fit anywhere else. So we needed more cabinets. Ended up with I think there's 5 in the room, maybe 6. So that's the other side of the room with some shelves on. And we needed a bench, so a couple of filing cabinets with some chipboard on top, and that's it. So back to how it's looking now. Alrighty, I've got absolutely no idea to where to start, so I'm guessing I'll start at the top. So I'll go over that way. Alrighty, now up here we've got some new in-box kits. A lot of them, actually, they're all re-re's. The sand scorcher up there, that's been built, and the big wig and the Blackfoot. The monster beetle I still need to build. All the grasshoppers have been built, and all the pumpkins and lunch boxes. I'm only keeping these boxes because I still got leftovers of the kit and parts and stuff in there. The Honda City Turbo, I haven't built that yet, so that's another one. Got to build that one. So we'll head around this way, and up here we've got it's not actually an Ultima Pro in there, it's a new built Kyosho Turbo Ultima I'm working on there. And there's a vintage Kyosho Petite Fantasy M20. I still haven't flown that, but I think I will get it out one day and fly it. And there's a box for the RC10, which is right there. So we've got the Ultima re that I built, and we've got the Optima and the Javelin. The Optima and Javelin I haven't built yet, and the Turbo Scorpion still not built. The Tomahawk has been built. Scorpion is built, and the Beetle I need to build as well. And in my last video, my last 2 videos, I built the comical grasshopper there, so that's finished. And that box up there is a couple of TBG bodies, I believe. I can't remember off what car they are for, but yeah, they're new bodies. And we've got our Nico Sand Spider in there. I think it's been run a couple of times. I'll get that out and maybe do a video on that. It's more of a toy grade, of course, but it's pretty cool. It's actually kind of like, it's like a twin brother of this one. That's the Sand Eagle C5. Anyway, got some, what do we got in here? Got the drift package, the Yokomo drift package, which is actually that car there, but I haven't finished the body for the FC3S yet. And a Wild Willie 2, that's the original one from 2000, I think it was. He's over there. And we've got a Tamiya MO7 chassis and a TA04 Skyline, which is that one, and that's the box for our Petite Fantasy. Now the grasshopper up there, that's the black edition. That one has been built. We've got the lunchbox. That's a full kit, hasn't been built. I'm going to do something custom with that one. And we've got our Avanti, still new in the box. That's a re of course. I can't afford the original. And we've got the racing buggy, or basically the Riri of the Rough Rider, and a super hot shot. So none of those have been built there. The Top Force, I think I built that one. I believe it's that one over there. And the Hornet, that's been built, and that's actually the Super Dragon over there. So that's what I did with that kit. The Madcap and the Grasshopper 2, they're both built. The Madcap is actually right there. That's one that I bought. Actually, I didn't build that. The Mad Bull's been built, of course. And the Volkswagen Beetle and the Lowride Pumpkin. Well, the Lowride Pumpkin is built. That's up there. The Volkswagen Beetle, that's a custom one as well. More on that later. And some old vintage boxes like the Clodbuster, the Hot Shot 2 and the Boomerang. Now over here we've got a Top Force kit at the back. That was either that one or that one, I can't remember which, is for the Top Force Evo conversion I'm going to do. Yeah, we've got a Manta Ray at the back that I turned into the Dirt Thrasher right there. And that's the another Manta Ray that's going to turn into a Terra Conqueror. Alright, now these cars on the top shelf here, that's a HSP Kulak, a little crawler. And we've got a little helicopter there. And another HSP Trojan, I believe it is. That hasn't been run yet. There's actually two of them. There's another one down here. So that's one for me and one for the girlfriend, so we can do some racing, but we just haven't got around to it yet. And we've got another helicopter there. It's I don't know, about 10 years old, both of them. Old technology now. They got the old I think it's an FM radio they have. And this one here is, I don't remember the name of it now, but it's a Desert Eagle. I don't remember the brand, but it's like a desert buggy. And if you've seen my speed run videos of this, that's the excuse me, I can't reach, I'm a little bit short. That's the HSP XSTR Pro that I was doing some speed runs with. And up here we've got a Frog. That's one that I restored a couple of years ago, or about a year ago, not really sure. Alrighty, where are we going to go from here? Alright, we'll go this shelf. We'll start over here. This one here is a restored Tamiya Super Sabre. Restored that one probably about 2 years ago now, I guess. And this Boomerang here I restored, I reckon, about 10 years ago. I haven't put a motor in it yet though. I was kind of looking for a new motor to put in it, never found one, so it's just kind of stayed like that. But yeah, I reckon I did that about 10 years ago. And we got a Hot Shot 2. That's one that I bought to restore, or clean up at least. It's pretty good. So that's how I bought it. I think it looks pretty good. And a Super Shot, same deal with that. That's how I bought it. Idea being to restore it, but I don't know. I think they both look pretty good how they are. They might just stay that way. And over here we've got a original Hot Shot that has been restored. That's actually my girlfriend's brother built that with his dad when they were, you know, many years ago when he was 10 or something. So yeah, for him it's kind of sentimental. For me it's just a pretty cool jigger. So yeah, didn't need much to restore that, just had to you know, put it together pretty much, and I put the gold wheels on it. Next shelf down we've got the Terra Scorcher that I ran in a video a couple of weeks ago. So that's pretty much exactly how I bought that one. I've not touched it yet, apart from I changed the receiver so I could run it. The old receiver was playing up. And there's our Super Dragon. That's the one I built out of the Hornet kit we saw earlier. And the green wheels, I did that myself with, I used the Fox gold wheels and put some candy over the top. Speaking of candy, there's our green candy grasshopper. So that's a Riri, of course. And moving on, we've got the black edition grasshopper, which I built not too long ago. So that's kind of how he looks. And a grasshopper too. I built that last year, I think, or maybe it was in 2018. I don't really remember, but that's been out for a run. And on the bottom shelf, we've got the manta ray. I ran that quite a while ago with a friend's manta ray, so we took them out and gave them a run. And we've got the falcon, which is kind of dusty, but I restored that a year or so back. Still looks pretty nice, only it's a little bit dusty, needs a wash. And another frog that I restored. So that's an original as well, same as the one up the top. And our super hornet, that was a restore. So most of these ones that I've restored, there's videos for them if you check them out on my channel there. I still need front tyres for this one. They're still, you know, they're kind of bald, but they're like hen's teeth. They're very hard to find. And it's getting kind of dark over here in this corner, but that's our clodbuster. I do have the lights and stuff for it somewhere, but he's an original. I bought that to restore, but I've just kind of left it sitting there for, I reckon, 15 years I've had that now. Now this one over here, that's my girlfriend's car. She built that. It's Bicmoco or something, or Bicmo or something was the brand name. I don't remember it, but it's one of those where you buy the parts with the magazine each week and build it up. I think it looks pretty good and it runs all right. And next we've got an original grasshopper from 1984. Oh, looks pretty good. The radio needs looking at. I did try to take that out for a run one time and the radio was playing up, so I might change the receiver or servos, whatever it be, and give it a run. But yeah, that's all pretty much untouched from 1984. Then we've got a Marui Galaxy. Seen better days. That one I bought to restore, of course. Needs quite a few parts. And beside that we've got a Kyosho Icarus, which I also bought to restore. That one's actually pretty clean. It's got a couple of bends in the cage that don't really want to come out. But it's pretty clean, but the only problem is whoever painted it on the outside of the body and then put the decals on. So yeah, I might just strip that, paint the inside and get some new decals. Other than that, it's in pretty nice condition. And there's our dirt thrasher that we changed the chassis on just a couple of weeks ago. Get it out for a run at the BMX track soon. Then there's our Wild Willie 2 from 2000. And yes, I have been running that and I haven't finished it. Yeah, I built that back in 2000 and gave it a few runs, and then just I never did the paint or painted the driver or any of that, so that might be something I'll get onto pretty soon. And there we've got a re-release Bigwig. So that's a new build, hasn't been run. I think I built that in, I don't know, 2018 maybe, or 2017 even. So I'll probably get that out for a run one day. Alrighty, so on the next shelf down we've got an old Metro jet hopper, or Teo, yeah, they're Metro. So I got one of them. It's missing the battery door. Don't know if you can see in there. I hope so. Not sure if it even runs. I haven't run that one, but I might get it out one day for a bit of a squirt and see how she goes. And the next one along is the Nikko Sand Eagle C5. That's the one that's got I think it's a 4-channel radio. It's got the gull wing doors that open and the headlights turn off and on via the remote, And it's also got a 6-speed gearbox, which is pretty cool. You've got to change it all manually though. It's got like a high and low on the back and a 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. But I might do a video on that later. That's the twin brother of the Sand Spider up there. And we've got some little tackers here. We've got the little Baja Q32, the HPI. That goes pretty cool for its size. And we've got the Team Associated RC28, I think it is. Yeah, that goes pretty well too. They're a lot of fun. Now moving along here, we've got a couple of Losies. They're a bit hard to see. That's the girlfriend's one. She got the I can't remember which one it is. Might be an Adam Drake edition or something like that. One of those racing guys editions anyway. And that's my one. Yeah, they're pretty cool, pretty quick. And moving along, we got the Losi Triple XT. That's running a Novak 5800 SS, one of the first brushless systems to come out. Might get that out one day and do a bit of a video on it or something. And we've got another HSP Trojan. That's either that one's mine or the one up the top's mine. I'm not really sure, but both of those haven't been run yet, but we'll get them out. And I've also got some upgrades for them, some like lipos and brushless motor and all that. They're only brushed how they are now. Anyway, got the I did a restoration on this one a while back, the Kyosho Outrage Mark II. So yeah, that's that one. And on the end here we've got a what is it? Basically it's a Colt 10 Mini. I can't remember the brand name, but yeah, it's a 4-wheel drive, belt driven, nitro. I've used that one quite a bit actually, but I never ran it with the body on. But yeah, that's a cool little beast. Yeah, it's got the 2-speed in it and a Force 12 engine. So where to go from here? All right, we'll go down here. So there we have an X-Max. That's about due for a def upgrade. They're clicking quite a bit now, but that's the first edition, the 6S. So it's quite old now. And under that we've got a little S-Max. Still haven't run that. Again, I've got one of those and the girlfriend's got one of those, so at some point we'll get them out and have a race. That's just an old tea chest. That's a vintage thing. My girlfriend keeps a lot of her paperwork and stuff in there, you know. Shelving or you know, drawers, sorry. Yeah, basically I've got all kinds of things in these. Just some random Tamiya leftovers, some stuff for upcoming projects, and some batteries. Yes, I know I shouldn't be keeping lipos in here, but anyway, it is what it is. A long way down. Yeah, some LEDs and brushless systems and whatnot. Some more batteries. More batteries. They're all old NiCads and what's the other one? Nickel metal hydride. That's it. And in here we've got a lot of airbrush paint. A lot of that's water based. Got things like this. Got some new Proline ones not long ago. I'll give them a go soon on the channel and do a bit of an airbrushing video. And some more. Most of that's Tamiya paint. PS colours and a whole lot of enamels and things. And there's more spray paint and some sandpaper. Yeah. Bit of liquid mask. So that's where I keep all my paints and stuff. And from there on we've just basically got junk. We've got some Wild Willy bits and some heat shrink and some leftover parts here and there. Basically stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else. In here we've got lots and lots of decals. Most of those, I'm not even going to take them out, but most of those are you know, your MCI decals. There we go. And some more random stuff, some manuals and decals, and another airbrush. As I say, I've still got to do an airbrush video. That's coming up. I've got to practice though first. So on this side we've got oh, there's some stuff for a couple of builds coming up, the Top Force Evo and the Terra Conqueror, things like that. And we've got some tyres and wheels, and more random stuff. There's basically a lot of vintage radio gear in there. Can't really see in there, I'm sure, but yeah, it's just a big rat nest of wires. Anyway, moving on. Some more wheels and tyres and stuff. More wheels and tyres, and some what do we got here? Oh yep, Marui Ninja driver. Very nice. I think that's for the Ninja. And more wheels and tyres and bits of aluminium and all kind of stuff. And there we got a Sandmaster Mark II. I recently pulled some bits off that for my Ultima project I had there, so that's going to need a restore. And down here we've got a a lot of people wanted me to build this. I don't know if I will yet, but we've got an unfinished Marui Samurai. It's a new build, so yeah, it's got the rest of the gear to go with it, you know, some new wheels and tyres and stuff. As far as I can tell, everything's there to finish it, but I don't know, because I'm never going to run it, so you know, I'm in two minds whether I'll build it and put it on the shelf or just leave it there for another few more years. And some leftover Tamiya gear and some different stuff, some pipe bending stuff for making roll cages. And down here we've got some grasshopper chassis I've been playing with, and some, yeah, random stuff everywhere. Lots of Kyosho shock pieces. Can never have too many of those red collars. Some LED lighting I've got to hook up, and some random stuff. Yeah, lots of random stuff everywhere. And over here we've got a Traxxas Slash that I still haven't opened. That's the VXL. Meant to do 100 kilometers an hour, and we'll see about that. So I'll get that out one day. Now we'll start over here on the cars. So there's our Mad Bull. I've had that out in the backyard once. Runs brushless on the lipos and all that. That's a lot of fun. I did strip the adapters for the rear wheels. I did strip them, so I've got some new ones on it now. So I'll probably take it down the BMX track, give it a run. And there's our Madcap. So that's exactly how I bought it. So that one doesn't need a restoration, it's all nice. Front tyres and everything all nice. And the Bearhawk. See if I can move it so you can see it better. Yeah, again, that one looks pretty good. I have got a new body set for it up there. So that's got a brand new body and decals for it. So I might paint it the blue that it should be painted in, and put it back on the shelf. And I'll just keep the red body to, I don't know, maybe for a runner if I get another one or something. And there's a Fox that I restored a couple of years ago now. As I say, everything up here needs a good dusting. It's pretty dusty up here. And we got our Subaru Brat that I restored a while ago. That's the one I painted with 2K clear. It's got a few bubbles in the paint, but whatever, looks pretty good to me. Again, I haven't run that one since the restoration. It's just how it is. I've just left it. And we got some Maruis here. Here we've got a brand new, well, it's not brand new, it's many years old now, but it's a new built Hunter. Never been run. The only thing I don't like about this one, I didn't actually build this, the only thing I don't like is the orange paint. It should be more of a mustard colour. But I think I'll leave it how it is. I might just paint the driver because he's unpainted. Might just paint the driver and call it done. And then we've got a Marui Ninja. He's got the wrong tyres on. I still need to find tyres for it. That's just kind of how I bought it. It's a little bit rough. And I do have the driver figure for it in the, I think that's the one I pulled out just earlier out of the drawer. And now we've got a Marui Toyota Land Cruiser, which is in pretty nice condition. I don't think it's a new built. I think it has been run a couple of times. Maybe not. I don't know. I know it does have a Tamiya CRP unit in it. I don't think it's got a receiver in it though. But I was going to make that box art, like strip the paint off and repaint it all. I don't know. It's a pretty good job what the guy's done on it. It's just the wrong colour. It should be a light blue. Anyway, it looks pretty good. I might still just leave it like that. Then over here we've got a Hirobo Rockin' City, which is a new built. Got that about a year ago, I guess. Bit of blue overspray from something else I did. I'll clean that up. But yeah, that's a new built. The only thing missing is the windows. It doesn't have the window mold. So I'll get that one day, and I'll probably end up taking those stickers off and paint it white how it should be, and then put some new stickers on it. But yeah, always wanted one of those. That and the Rockin' Vega. I remember when I was a kid standing in the toy shop, and those two were up on the top shelf in their boxes, and yeah, I think they stayed in that toy shop for probably 10 years. Nobody bought them because they were just too expensive, I think. But yeah, I always wanted them. Anyway, I've got the Tamiya low-ride pumpkin there. Again, that needs a bit of a wash. It's pretty dusty. That one I also did with 2K clear over the black. I've taken that one out for a run. It's in one of the old, one of my older videos there. But yeah, that has had a run in the front yard. And here we've got an XB version, Tamiya Hornet. So that's never been run. That's just how it came, except for the dust on the tyres and that. So yeah, never run. I'll get that out one day, but first I want to put bearings in it. Actually, all these three here, the Fast Attack vehicle and the Grasshopper as well, they're all XBs. And with all of them, I want to put bearings in all of them before I run it. So there's our Fast Attack vehicle. That looked pretty cool. And I'm having some reaching issues here. So I'll walk around this this bench I've got in the middle. And there's our XB Grasshopper. So yeah, all three of these, I don't know if I'll do a video on them, but it might be good for beginners if I do a video on adding bearings to some XB cars. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below, you know. Anyway, moving on. There's a Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin. This one here, I messed up the sticker when I was putting it on, so it's only got it on one side. I do have a new decal sheet for it, so yeah, one day I'll get around to putting it on. just hasn't been very important, you know. I'll get onto it. Alrighty, now we've got the original A stamp Associated RC10. So that's a new built. I bought it built, someone else built it, but that's him. Like everything else in here, it needs a dust, but yeah, I'll probably never run that. Very nice, classic piece of history. Now moving right along, we've got a re-release lunchbox. That Midnight Pumpkin's a re-release, of course, as well, as you can tell by the grill. Anyway, got the re-release in the yellow. One of my videos, we've taken that out for a run. I ran it with a mate's one. That was a bit of fun. And there's a black one. Again, it's a re-release. That one, I don't think I have run it yet. Anyway, moving along, once I walk around this bench again. So there's my 1979 Mark 1 Rough Rider. Pretty proud of that, actually. Again, needs a dust. But yeah, there's a video, or a few videos of the rest of that one in the channel somewhere. Yeah. Still haven't run it yet since the restoration, but I will get it out there. I've just got to pick the right spot for it. And this one here, an original Super Champ. The only thing I've done with that one is I polished up the plastic where the body hadn't been painted. I just polished up the blue. It's in one of the videos there somewhere. And of course the wheels aren't original, they're alloys, but I do have the original wheels for it. I just thought it looked better with the alloys on it. So yeah, that's him. It's pretty much how I got it, apart from yeah, I cleaned up the paint a little bit, or the lack of paint. I just cleaned up the body. Now this one here, it's my old Skyline. That's a oh, what is it? It's a Nitro. It's a 4-wheel drive, belt driven again. I can't. Oh, it's a Hyper 10. That's right. Hobau Hyper 10 under there. So it's got the iridescent paint and all of that. Bit of road rash on the wheels, but yeah, that's been driven quite a bit. And above that, we've got the Tamiya TA04S in the R34 again. That one's done a lot of Ks. I used to run that with a 12-turn brushed motor in it, and also a 9-turn. So it used to go pretty quick, but I sort of stopped driving it. I put it back to standard. It's got everything standard in it again. The radio is, you know, just AM, and it's got the mechanical speed controller in it. But I might get that out for a run pretty soon, just maybe a quick run around the driveway. It's a bit of fun. And over here we've got a HSP Flying Fish. That's also in a video on the channel. I'm doing some drifting in the driveway there. It's only brushed. It's a 540 silver can in there. Yeah, it's a bit of fun for practicing drifting. And this little beast here, this is a I still haven't finished with the stickers. It's a HPI Micro RS4. You might have seen them around a few years ago. They were pretty big. Everyone was putting brushless motors in them and stuff when brushless first came out. But I'll get that out for a run one day. Excuse me. Yeah, over here we've got the Bandit, of course. Did a few videos on that when I was building it. It's got the cage and all that in there, you know. Still haven't had that out for a run. I've only had a quick test drive in the lounge room doing some drifting. And up here we've got the which is that one up there in the box. It is the Yokomo MR4 TC BD, something like that. It's basically SD. It's a shaft driven 4-wheel drive. Yeah, so it's a drift car. And that's just another body that I got and painted up. You know, with the FD RX7. It should have the FC body on it. That's something I'll get onto one day. And then we've got the Blackfoot. That's a new built that I built not too long ago, maybe a year ago. And that's the one I didn't paint it. I polished the black plastic, except for the cover on the back, of course. I left that flat black. So again, I'll have to get that one out for a run. I think it looks pretty nice. I've still got to build that Beetle. I think that'll look pretty good beside it. And here we go, an original short wheelbase Wild Willie. I've kind of got him cable tied to the back there, so he's doing a mono. That's one I bought about a year or so back, maybe 2 years ago. Needs a bit of work, like the guard on the front there is broken off. I do have a spare body, actually a couple of spare bodies for it. And I've got some repro tyres. These are, you know, the originals, and they're quite, you know, quite stiff, and they're about to crack. But I'll get that out one day, and, you know, clean it up and restore it all nice. Not sure if it runs. It's got no electrics in it, so it probably doesn't run. But I might put some electrics in it and give it a run before I do the resto. And we've seen this one, if you saw my last two videos. It's the Comical Grasshopper. So I've still got to do some mods on him. I want to put some wider arms on it and things like that, so it's a little bit better when it's turning, doesn't roll over so much. So we'll just widen the track on him. And this beast here, that's me Turbo Ultima. I bought it like this. It's really a new build, but I'm not sure all the parts are brand new, but it's pretty close. It's missing a tie rod there, and the body needs a bit of redoing. The paint job's not the best, but I'll probably strip that off and paint it again, paint the wing and do the decals on it. It's got a if I can get it off there, it's got the option house slipper clutch and stuff in there, and it needs the motor guard. It hasn't got one of them. There's a couple of bits on it needs, but the plan was I'll run this one because I do have another one that's I'm still building that'll be brand new, so I might finish this one off and, you know, give it a run on some grass or something. And this one here, my girlfriend built this. This is her re-release sand scorcher. I think she did a great job on it. So again, that's got the alloys on it. She hasn't run that one yet. She's a bit scared to, you know, break it. But we'll get it out one day and give it a run. Also needs a dust. It's got some dust on it. And here we've got the metallic edition Midnight Pumpkin. That's only had a quick run. We'll get it out and give it a decent run. Excuse the shadows. So that's him. Now down to the bottom shelf. This is the last shelf. So that's the Project Ultima I was working on. It's yeah, you know, the one with the carbon bits on it that I made and all of that, and the wing that I made, all that. I still haven't taken that out for a good run, but I'll get it out one day. I'm seeing a theme happening here of not running things. Excuse me. There's the Riri Ultima that I built not so long ago and took to the BMX track, so I did run that. And down here we've got the original Optima that I restored about a year ago, I guess. Pretty happy with the way that turned out. The paint job on those is not the easiest one in the world to do. Anyway, there's my original Ultima that I built not that long ago. It's on the channel. That's the one I was collecting parts for about 20 years and finally put it together. So that's that one. And there's our re-release Scorpion that I built not long ago too. Again, I'll probably get that down the beach or something, give it a run, that'll be good. And the Tomahawk that was in a recent build video. And the Raider. That was a restoration. It was one very sad car when I first got that. The shocks were broken, the body was all busted, and it was in not very good condition. I knew that buying it though. That's half the fun of restoring it, you know. Take something really ugly and make it look good. Well, that's the plan anyway. And then we got the original Javelin. That was a restoration I did about a year and a half ago, I guess. And after that we've got the re-release Top Force that I painted with the lame flake. Still haven't had that one out for a run. I'll get it out soon. Yeah, they look pretty good. I never actually thought much of the Top Force, you know, when they came out and all of that. I was kind of more into Kyosho then, but yeah, I reckon they look pretty cool. Anyway, that's about it for the cars. There's my airbrush down there, hides in the corner with all the... I need to get in there and put that power board on the wall and stuff. But yeah, these cabinets down here I just use for you know, storing parts and tools and stuff. My main go-to drawer is here for tools. And there's there's bills and all kinds of stuff in there, and the odd tool. A couple of chargers and some more tools. And up here I keep, you know, bearings and charging plugs and stuff like that. Some masking tape down the bottom there. And some capacitors for making cap packs and things like that. Well, there's one right there that I made. Got some motors and stuff there, and some more tools. A couple of receivers. And some more motors. Actually, that one's been used. That's in the Ultima over there. So that's an empty box. And a couple of speed controllers there. They'll go in future builds. Yeah, that's about it. Over here again we just well, that one's, the girlfriend puts stuff in there of hers, so I don't use that one. And this one I've got there's all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah, bits of everything. Tools, paint stuff, all kinds of stuff. And over here we've got some, you know, random wiring stuff. Got the shrink tube and all of that. Some silver can motors. I think there's a some ice cream sticks for a coming video. That'll basically be the tray for a you know, a flat tray truck. So yeah, I'll get onto that at some point. Subscribe right there. Righty guys, that's about it for this tour video. It's not a very big room to tour. It's only, you know, 3 meters by 3 meters. But I know the lighting was a little bit off, so I apologize for that. You know, like over there's no LEDs on those shelves. It's a bit hard to see. The reason for that is my big LEDs, I've got a couple of big square ones. I had to move them out because they're on tripods and I just can't move in here with all that stuff laying around, so I had to move it all out and just go without it. Yeah, I'm in the process of setting up the shed. It's taken 5 years so far, I think. I'm getting there very, very slowly, but we'll get there eventually. There's a bunch of cabinets out there that have parts, and there's other cars that need restorations. There's a new built Big Bear out there. I've got parts, I just got to put it together. There's a Tamiya Winger I'm working on, that's out there too. So I'm thinking some of these might end up out there and I'll bring those back, or whatever, I don't know. But at the moment there's a lot of furniture out there I need to get out of the shed. Anyway, if you're new here, subscribe and like and all that other business. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do next. Maybe I'll build the Kyosho Beetle. That could be a good thing to do. Alrighty, see you on the next one.